I read a couple books last month. Let's talk about it. People Like Us by Jason Mott is probably the best book I read in August. This is a brand new release that just dropped on August 9th, and it's the first book that Jason Mott has released since he won the National Book Award in 2021. People Like Us is about two writers, both black and both navigating life trying to find peace and belonging. One of the writers, named Sue, is on a global book tour after winning the National Book Award, while the other writer, who is also named Sue, is on a different type of tour for his book, where he ends up being set to speak at a school that has just suffered the American tragedy every school thinks will never happen to them. I don't know what I was expecting when I heard that this was a pseudo memoir, which means that it's kind of true, but it's kind of not. But Jason Mott truly exposes all his vulnerabilities in this book. He lets down all his guards, it feels like, to give us a close, intimate look at all the grief, pain, and trauma he's been holding on to all these years. What he says in this book about bereavement and longing, about living with loss and having to survive with unanswered questions that will never be answered, all while being absolutely hilarious, y'all. This is the funniest book I've read all year by far. This is also a very harsh societal critique, y'all, where he talks about the culture of violence in America, of living with the pressures of active shooter drills and never really feeling safe unless you have a peacemaker of your own. The writing is so flavorful, it's witty. I highly recommend this book, especially if you like stories that mix reality with fiction, or just stories that make you think about life as a displaced person who is almost begging for a home that loves them as much as they love it. Blood Over Bright Heaven by ML1 was the Oasis Book Club pick for August. I am going to be in the minority on this one, but I did not love this book. I thought it was written in a very engaging way. It's so accessible, and the story starts off so high stakes and suspenseful, it's really hard to put down. And that's how I felt for the first about 30 or 40% of this book. Jam-packed with cool world building, a vivid magic system with very sharp discussions about theology, and things that could be used as a real-life parallel involving colonialism and the exploitation and systematic erasure of displaced peoples and their culture. But there were just a few things in this that threw me for a loop, y'all. The main one being our main character, Siona. I was just surprised at how inorganic her growth felt to me. This book does have twists and turns, y'all, but to be honest, it didn't really feel twisty and turny to me because of how obvious the evilness in this world was. And I'm not even finna talk about the lopsided romance in this book, but this was still an entertaining book. I don't want y'all to think I hate it. We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is a revised version of a TED talk she gave back in 2012 or so. I thought that this was very good. It's personal, it's persuasive. It has lots of gems on the conscious and unconscious ways that gender roles kind of regulate society. A lot of things in this honestly should be pretty obvious to most people, but like Chimamanda said, some things that are obvious to me aren't obvious to everyone else. Between the World and Me has helped me understand on a deeper level almost every book I've read since I've read this book. Beautiful Struggle is a great memoir and honestly required reading for every young black man in America. Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid is a really cool, quick, and pleasant read about the complexities of the mother and daughter relationship. Last but not least, Lost Souls Me Under a Full Moon by Mizuki Sugimura. I have a full review on this, so check that out if you want to hear me yap about it. Just be prepared because it will make you cry.